You have been lied to, not maliciously, not deliberately, but the image you have carried in your head since you were a child, the one where dinosaurs are gone, extinct, wiped out 66 million years ago, is wrong. Dinosaurs did not go extinct. They are still here, and the moment you understand why, you will never look at the sky the same way again. On June 5, 1993, Steven Spielberg released Jurassic Park, and for an entire generation, that film became the mental image of what a dinosaur was: massive, scaly, reptilian, a T-Rex with tiny arms and cold, dead eyes, a velociraptor opening doors with terrifying intelligence. That image was wrong in almost every way, and the scientists who advised on the film knew it was wrong while they were making it. Here is what they actually knew. In 1964, paleontologist John Ostrom discovered a dinosaur called Deinonychus in the Badlands of Montana. It changed everything. Deinonychus was not a slow, cold-blooded, lumbering reptile. It was fast. It was agile. Its bone structure suggested warm blood. Its posture was upright and active, not the dragging tail, low-slung posture every museum in the world had been showing for a century. And its bones, specifically the structure of its forelimbs, were almost identical to something Ostrom had seen before. In birds. He spent the next decade building the case, and by the mid-1970s, the scientific consensus had quietly, permanently shifted. Birds are not descended from dinosaurs. Birds are dinosaurs, not metaphorically, not poetically, taxonomically, biologically, evolutionarily. Birds are a living branch of the dinosaur family tree. Specifically, they are avian dinosaurs, the only lineage of dinosaurs that survived the asteroid impact 66 million years ago. Think about what this means. When a sparrow lands on your windowsill, you are looking at a dinosaur. When a chicken crosses the road, a dinosaur is crossing the road. When a hawk circles overhead, a dinosaur is hunting. There are approximately 10,500 species of birds alive today. There were never more than a few thousand non-avian dinosaur species at any point during the entire Mesozoic era. In other words, there are more species of dinosaur alive right now than at almost any point in the history of life on Earth. The dinosaurs did not go extinct. They diversified. They shrank. They grew feathers. They took to the air. And they are, right now, the most successful group of land vertebrates on the planet. But here is where the story gets genuinely strange, because the more scientists have studied the connection between birds and dinosaurs, the more the line between them has dissolved entirely. In 1996, a farmer in China's Liaoning province found something embedded in rock that would become one of the most important fossil discoveries of the century: Sinosauropteryx. A small dinosaur, about the size of a turkey, with something nobody had ever seen before, preserved in a fossil. Feathers, not bird feathers, simple, filament-like proto-feathers. Fuzzy, insulating, covering the body like down. This was not a bird. It was a non-avian dinosaur, a theropod, the same group that includes Tyrannosaurus rex and Velociraptor. And it had feathers. Within the following decade, dozens more feathered dinosaur species were discovered in China. Microraptor, a four-winged gliding dinosaur Anchiornis, covered in complex layered feathers, probably capable of short-distance flight. Yuanchuavis, with elaborate tail feathers that served no aerodynamic purpose, purely for display. The picture that emerged was not what anyone had expected. The dinosaurs of the Mesozoic era were not the gray-green scaly monsters of every movie poster. Many of them, perhaps most of the theropods, were covered in feathers. Some were brilliantly colored. Some used those colors for courtship displays almost identical to modern birds of paradise. The T-Rex you picture, that cold, gray, scaly killing machine, almost certainly had feathers, at least when it was young, possibly throughout its life. You have been picturing a giant feathered bird as a scaly reptile your entire life. And now the philosophical turn, because what the bird-dinosaur connection reveals is not just a fact about paleontology. It is something much deeper about how we think about extinction and survival, and what it means for something to continue. We tend to think of extinction as a wall, a hard stop. Before, the thing exists. After, it does not. The asteroid hits. The curtain falls. The dinosaurs are gone. But that is not how evolution works. Evolution does not draw clean lines. It draws branches. And what happened 66 million years ago was not the extinction of the dinosaurs. It was the pruning of a single branch. The non-avian dinosaurs, the branch that included T-Rex and Triceratops, that branch ended. But the avian branch, the feathered, warm-blooded, increasingly aerial branch, that branch survived. Bent almost to breaking by the impact winter, by the collapse of the food chain, by 18 months of darkness following the asteroid. But it did not break. A small population of feathered, ground-dwelling, seed-eating dinosaurs survived in the rubble, and over the next 66 million years, they became everything you see in the sky. Here is a thought experiment. Imagine you are an alien scientist visiting Earth 200 million years from now. All records of human civilization are gone. You are studying the fossil record, trying to understand what life on Earth looked like. You find the bones of a T-Rex. You find the bones of a modern crow. You run the analysis. You compare the bone structures, the respiratory systems, the four-chambered hearts, the feathered integument, the air sac systems in the bones. Your conclusion would be unavoidable. The crow and the T-Rex are members of the same taxonomic group. The crow is a small, highly derived, exceptionally successful dinosaur. The T-Rex is not more of a dinosaur than the crow. It is just an older version of the same story. And here's what makes this genuinely mind-bending. The asteroid that hit the Yucatan Peninsula 66 million years ago did not end the age of dinosaurs. It started the age of birds. The impact that killed the large non-avian dinosaurs also cleared the ecological space that allowed the surviving avian dinosaurs to diversify into every habitat on Earth. Ocean, desert, Arctic, rainforest, city. The extinction event that we have always framed as the end of the dinosaurs was actually the beginning of the most successful radiation in dinosaur history. More species, more habitats, more behavioral complexity, more geographic range. By every biological measure, dinosaurs are more successful today than they have ever been. So the next time someone tells you that they wish they could have seen a real dinosaur, they already have. Every morning when the birds begin before sunrise, that is dinosaurs calling to each other across 66 million years of unbroken survival. Every time a hawk drops from the sky onto a mouse in a field, that is a predatory dinosaur doing exactly what predatory dinosaurs have always done. Every time you eat a chicken, you are eating a dinosaur. The terrible lizards did not vanish. They shrank. They changed. They found a way through. And right now, outside whatever window you are nearest to, there is almost certainly one, watching, waiting, exactly as they always have.